The butterfly. One day, a man found a butterfly's cocoon in his garden. He noticed a small hole appearing, and for hours, the butterfly struggled to come out. The man felt sorry for the butterfly. He decided to help. He gently cut open the cocoon with scissors. The butterfly emerged easily, but its body was swollen and its wings were small and weak. The man waited, hoping the wings would grow and the butterfly would fly. But it never happened. The butterfly could only crawl. It could never fly again. What the man didn't understand was the struggle to get through the tiny hole was nature's way of pushing fluid from the body into the wings, so that the butterfly would be strong enough to fly once it was free. By helping too soon, the man had unknowingly hurt it. Moral of the story: struggles are part of growth. Without challenges, we may never develop the strength we need to soar in life. The elephant rope. Once, a man was walking through an elephant camp. He noticed that the elephants weren't kept in cages or held by heavy chains. Instead, all that restrained each elephant was a small rope tied to one of its front legs. It was obvious that the elephants could break away at any time. After all, they were huge and powerful animals. But for some reason, they didn't. They stood calmly, not even trying to escape. Curious, the man asked the trainer nearby, "Why don't these elephants try to break free? The rope is so small." The trainer smiled and said, "Well, when they are very young and much smaller, we use the same size rope to tie them. At that age, it's strong enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They think the rope can still hold them, so they never try to escape." The man was amazed. These powerful animals could easily break the ropes and be free, but because they believed they couldn't, they remained stuck where The tortoise and the hare. Once upon a time, in a beautiful green forest, there lived a hare who was very proud of how fast he could run. He often boasted to the other animals, "No one in this forest can beat me in a race." The animals were tired of his bragging. One day, a quiet tortoise looked up and said, "Hare, I may be slow, but I will race you." The hare laughed loudly. "You race me? You'll never win." But the tortoise simply smiled and replied, "Let's find out." The next morning, all the animals gathered to watch. The fox waved his tail and shouted, "Ready, set, go!" The hare sprinted off so fast that in a few seconds he was far ahead. He looked back and saw the tortoise moving slowly, step by step. "Ha, that tortoise will take forever," he chuckled. Feeling confident, the hare decided to take a nap under a shady tree. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept moving, slowly but steadily. He never stopped to rest, never looked back. Step after step, he kept going. After some time, the hare woke up and stretched. "Time to finish this easy race," he said. But when he ran to the finish line, he was shocked. The tortoise was already there. All the animals cheered loudly. "Hooray for the tortoise!" The hare hung his head in shame. The tortoise smiled gently and said, "Slow and steady wins the race." From that day on, the hare learned never to underestimate others and never to be too proud. One day, a psychology professor walked into her classroom holding a glass of water. The students expected the usual question, "Is the glass half empty or half full?" But instead, he smiled and asked, "How heavy do you think this glass of water is?" Students guessed 100 grams, 200 grams, maybe 300 grams. The professor shook his head and said, "The absolute weight doesn't matter. What matters is how long I hold it." He continued, "If I hold it for a minute, It feels light. If I hold it for an hour, my arm will start aching. If I hold it all day, my arm will go numb. The pain will be unbearable." He paused and looked around the class. "The weight of the glass never changes, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it becomes." Then he added, "The glass of water represents your worries. If you carry them for a short time, nothing happens. If you hold on to them longer, they begin to hurt. If you carry them all day long, they become unbearable. The key is to put the glass down. Let go of your worries. Rest. You'll be able to pick them up again later when you're stronger." Moral of the story: don't carry your worries for too long. Learn to let go, rest, and recharge. Your mind will become lighter, and life will feel easier.